Hello, everybody, and welcome to another interview. This has been a while, and this is coming out on the anniversary of my first one back in May. So, if you've stuck around, that's pretty cool. And if you have, just enjoying, and that's cool too. I'm here joined by GD Colon. Uh,
What up? Hi.
if you want to introduce yourself, that'd be cool.
Hi, my name is GD Colin or Craig. I make videos and people click on them somehow.
All right. So, let's just start. So how did you get your funny name?
I've told this story a couple times. Uh Basically I think I was just in a car ride and my brother went by Slash, so I thought it would be funny if I picked Colin. I think the reason I picked Colin was because it came from like a Big Nate comic or something. And then
Big Nate.
that
That's
name just kind of stuck.
that's a
I got a lot of my
classic.
humor from Big Nate, honestly.
Yeah, I remember reading those in like third grade. Those
No,
are
yeah, because there's this one comic where they're like Slash. I always thought of you as a colon, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make my name Colon because my brother's Slash, and then somehow that stuck. I'm pretty sure before that I was Q-Tip, so maybe it's for the better.
GDQ tip.
I don't think I'm gonna be changing my name. Like I've gotten used to it, even though it does kind of suck. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not as bad as like moldy macaroni, but there's always worse.
um. All right. So why did you decide to take on the Fox persona instead of your old GD icon like you used to?
I don't know. It just felt better to me.
Did you
That's the
draw?
that's the best answer I can give.
Did you draw it or did somebody else do it?
I did not really design him. The design sort of just kind of came to be over over time from like all the fan art I've gotten. It's sort of
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, people sort of just drew fan art for my videos and it kind of developed this orange hoodie persona from like I don't know. People see the orange in my videos, they're like, okay, I'm gonna draw like some guy in an orange hoodie. And I was like, okay, that's cool, but at the same time, this is just like a guy in an orange hoodie, which is super boring. I'm really into like foxes and kitsunes and stuff. What if I actually made that my character and then it actually stands out and feels unique? I feel like the
Yeah.
best way to make like a unique character is to just like give them animal features. And also, I just think it's cool. So I went with it.
All right. So, I mean that works. It has to work. I don't know. I'm just trying to fill an empty space here.
I'm happy with it.
So, what coding projects are you working on currently?
Right now, I'm messing around in Unity for a summer camp I'm going to be working at. Last year, it's like a summer camp where they just like mess around in Unity using like the tools provided by the engine, except there's some pre-written code, but it was very clearly written by someone who's like never touched Unity in their life. So I'm going back and rewriting it. I was at that camp last year, so I got a good look at like all the problems it caused and what like people at the camp actually wanted. So I know what to rewrite for this year. Aside from that, I'm also working on my Zoo Discord bot, and I'm slowly working on my old Discord bot, RobTop, which was actually my first ever
Mm-hmm.
coding project. But it's like it
RoboTop.
runs
I Yeah.
terribly, so I'm working on shutting it down. I closed off some features today. And as of last week, I now know how to mod Geometry Dash. So I've been messing around a little bit in like C++ and Geode, which is like a modding framework for Geometry Dash, which doesn't work with MegaHack, but it's a really good starting point. So I'm very happy to use it.
Mm. So, did you just like want to learn C++ or
It's
was
something I
it?
said I would do for a while because I'm always telling people, oh, can you make this mod? If you make this Geometry Dash mod, it would be so useful for my video. And I'm like, maybe I should just learn to do it for myself. So I
Yeah.
always told myself, okay, when the summer comes and I finish school, I'm just going to sit down and learn it. I always self-teach myself all my coding languages, so I should just do the same with C++. C++ has definitely been a bit of a challenge, and I find myself having to
Yeah.
constantly run to people and go like, "Hey, how the heck do you do this? This makes no sense."
Yeah.
Especially with something as difficult as modding Geometry Dash, because it's a very hard game to mod compared to most games, which usually encourage modding. Geometry Dash has none of that. So you have to get really, really hacky with it. There's people like Absolute who started modding when they were like 13. I don't know how they did that, but I've like I get the basics, but I couldn't do anything too crazy just yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well, I've been coding in Python a little bit, so
Python's like the starting point for
yeah.
coding.
Well, other
It's a
than
very it's
Scratch.
it's a very weird language once you're used to other coding languages, but it's really good at helping you develop like the mindset because I think that's the most important part about coding. You have to know how to think like a programmer. Like once you have the right mindset, you can just translate that to every language. It's kind of like the best analogy I give is like if you're really good at like I don't know, in my case like I was learning C++, plus plus, I was going into there from like Java and switching from Java to C++ plus plus is basically just like switching from like Windows to like a really dumbed down version of Mac, I guess. Well, not dumbed down, just a harder version where it's still like it still does the same thing. It's just slightly different language, but I still know how like everything works. I just have to figure out how to write it differently.
Hmm.
So I think the mindset's the most
What
important.
would
Don't get too attached to any
yeah?
specific language.
What would the mindset be?
Like knowing how to approach certain things or just knowing how like object oriented programming works in general. Like we learned a
Yeah.
lot about that in my first year of university and I felt like I've been able to apply it easily to every language, which helps a lot. It's just knowing like the theory, like knowing okay, there's a very specific problem. What's the best way to implement this with code? There's literally infinite ways to do it, but what's like the most efficient way to do it?
What are you going to university for?
I'm studying computer science.
I mean, I didn't expect anything else.
Yeah. I'm probably going to be going into game design actually.
Yeah, game
That's what interests
design.
me the
Game design
most.
would be pretty cool, especially because like, um, because are like AAA games developed in C++? Because I thought they were.
I mean,
They use a lot
yeah.
of different programs, but
Usually C languages. It's mostly C languages. Like pretty much every game is in a C language except for like I don't know, like
Minecraft.
Minecraft, Java, I guess. The only games I know that were made in Java are like Minecraft and Slay the Spire. I don't think any serious game uses Python. JavaScript for web
Yeah, because
games, some
Pygame
or
is god
Unity.
awful to use and work
No,
with.
yep. I made VVVVV in Pygame, and I'm still very
It
proud of that. I did for my computer
yeah,
science
but
final.
it's
It's very
Pygame is
unoptimized.
so annoying to
It's
work
more it's
with.
it's more of just a rendering engine than an actual game engine. Don't use it for games. It's good for like rendering stuff. Like if you want to learn to render like a bouncing ball, Pygame is a great start for that. Uh
Hmm.
I know Roller Coaster Tycoon was made in assembly, which is basically just punching in the raw computer instructions. It's like it's so deep that like most coding languages basically just get converted to like assembly. Assembly is like the machine code. I don't know how he did it. And then I know Cocos, which is the engine geometry dash he uses. They've shifted over to JavaScript, I'm pretty sure. But RobTop uses an older version, which is C++.
So what are they? So how's RobTop gonna like adapt to that?
He just
He
sticks with
just
the older version. There's no need for him to upgrade.
until they like shut it down.
I don't think they're going to shut it down. I mean, worst case scenario, they just stop maintaining it. And I mean, there are newer versions anyways, but he sticks on the older one because then everything would break. And it's been mostly fine. It just means he gets less like built-in features to work with, but he's made plenty of his own.
Hmm. All right. So what are some of your personal favorite videos that you've done on your channel?
That's a really hard one because I get really attached to a lot of my videos.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I find there's a lot of cases where where I'm scrolling through my channel and I'll see a video from like 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm like, oh my god, I remember that video. That was so cringe. Like, oh, geometry dash randomizer. That was such a cringe video.
The
And then
no Geometry Dash Randomizer is a good video.
no, yeah, I tell
What
myself,
was the one where it was like the one that you like did like different facts and like some of them were fake and some
oh,
of them
that's an
were
old one.
yeah.
That The problem is, I look at these videos, I'm like, oh, it's so cringe. I remember this. And then I click on it and I just sit there and watch the whole thing. I'm like, wait, this is actually really, really entertaining. And it's because I make the videos that I would want to watch. And that's the best advice I could give for any YouTuber. Make what you want to watch because other people will want to watch that as well. I don't know how, but my videos just go by so much faster than like any other video I watch on YouTube. like I'll upload like 30-minute videos and they'll feel like they're over within like 10 minutes. I guess it's just because I like speed through so much stuff. I have no idea how I do it though. But yeah, in most cases, I'll watch my own videos and just somehow end up loving them. Or like the videos will be like 3 or 4 years old. I'll hear myself like say a certain line, and I'll be like, if I made that video now, I would probably add in this joke. And then immediately after that, I make that exact joke in the video. I'm like, yes, I knew it. Yeah, in terms of favorite videos, I think
GD
the
Browse
first
is a
one to
good
come.
one.
I'm not too big on that one because that's I sucked at coding back then. I've improved a lot. I think my favorite video will always be 150th secret coin just because the amount of effort that went into it, and it's
Yeah.
the whole video was meant to just be kind of like it was kind of like a video made out of spite for all like those terrible fan-made Geometry Dash lore videos. I wanted to one up them all by making like an actual like modded expansion to the game that feels somewhat legit and just gets crazier over time.
You have to
And
go into
I feel like I
freaking
did
Pokemon.
the Pokemon ROM hack was just directly inspired by an ARG done by Siva Gunner, and the idea of the video in general was inspired by like a video that was like a fake April Fool's ending for the Game Cave story. There was a lot of inspiration for that video, but I'm so happy with it, and I got to work with really really awesome people. I still use most of the mods in that video today. Like I still have like I'm still able to like click on the icon kit and go into like RobTop's layer in my copy of Geometry Dash right now.
Can you show us?
I love it. Sure. Here, wait,
Nice.
let me screen share. Give me a second. I need to open the game.
Okay.
Here, can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Right here, if I just go to like the icon kit, I can still click this. This is all still in the game. Uh, Takes me here. These buttons don't do anything, but I can press the enter key to make these appear. Do I still have the message boxes? Yeah, I still have press the message box. Oh, that was from the newer April Fool's videos. Uh, yeah, I still have the text box hack. Uh, my basement still looks like this. And I remember there was some button that makes a coin appear, but it doesn't seem to work anymore.
Do you
I think it might be because I like overrode it with like Mega Hack or something. Oh, there we go. It's just because I had to get rid of every key jumps, but I can toggle between the coin here and forget what button it is. I just mashed random buttons till it appeared. But yeah, that's still there. And I think that's all the mods I had for
have
it.
you wait. Have you gotten the have you finally opened the 4 chests that you've been wanting to
Those
open?
those are not openable. These chests shouldn't actually be here.
Oh.
Like I don't think they're actually even supposed to be here. Either that or like the game is actually just messed up. What the?
Wait.
But yeah, you cannot open these. Also, this texture pack, I don't know why. I just made it when I was really little and I just kept it and I don't know why. It doesn't even look that good.
Hmm. I want somebody
Alright.
to make a GD texture pack for me. That'd be funny.
Yeah, man, I like the vanilla feel of the game.
All right.
I kind of went on a tangent there. Other
Yeah.
favorite videos, probably like Sub-Zero coins. I don't know. I'm just scrolling through my list right now. There's one I really liked, but I forget what it was. Let me just check my best of playlist. No, yeah, the one with the fake facts, that was like directly inspired by a Jax Films video, but I didn't make it obvious enough that some of them were fake, and now I
Oh my
feel bad because
gosh.
I don't
Dude,
like spreading false information.
I was about to delete my entire data when you said that you could get the entirety of the icons for free.
That's what
Literally,
I'm
I was about
saying.
to delete my freaking data.
I should have made it more obvious that some were fake. GD story levels in a nutshell. I still really like that one. I even got together with like a bunch of online friends and we just watched it together in person once. And
It's a
at the very bottom of my
classic.
best of colon playlist is Geometry Dash Copies 5.5, which is a very like obscure video with not that many views, but it's very silly because it's just 10 minutes of like the stupidest comments I could find on my channel. And I think I had so much fun putting it together.
Is it? Do you still like it?
Yeah. and making terrible GD shorts. That one's such a fun
Oh
watch. And I tried a totally
yes.
different editing style. I always tell myself that I hate my unscripted videos. Like I only stick with scripted videos now, but the shorts video is kind of a recent
It reminds
exception.
me of Isaac Y.
Of who?
Isaac Y. You've never seen him before?
I'm gonna
I
look
don't
that
know. His
up.
style is like sort of like unintentionally mostly.
I can see by the thumbnails. Yeah, the example I gave to other people was like, oh, it's a very Call Me Carson style video. But we
Yeah.
sort of just got in a call and did our own thing. But yeah, my older unscripted videos like GD with weird controllers or like GD but my PC restarts, I always found myself like way too awkward to commentate. And I find that when I do commentate, I don't focus on the actual game enough. That's very prevalent in the Just Shapes and Beats series.
Commentary is
So
so hard to make off the
yeah.
fly.
So I need to
Like,
just play now and commentate later. If I
yeah.
do make another GD copies, what I'm probably gonna do it in like an Alpharad style where I just play the games quietly and then I narrate over them later. Like, okay, so first I played this game where it's like this, and then maybe it like cuts to some footage and I say like one or two things live. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Uh, all right. Is that all you're gonna say, or
I think
should we move
so.
on to the next question? All right.
Yeah, sorry. I talk a lot.
It's no. It's more
More,
content.
more mid rolls.
I'm not getting monetized. So I think
Oh
a
yeah.
question that I've had for a while is why does every Geometry Dash YouTuber have an anime profile picture? Why I don't
Uh
like because like Aeon Air has one, Nepesta has one.
Isn't Aeon Air just a picture of himself? Yeah, Aeon
I
is just a
thought
picture of
well no
himself
I
on
thought
on,
I
on
thought
YouTube. You mean?
I thought I no on
Oh, you mean like
Discord.
on Twitter or Discord?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mine isn't even my one on Discord isn't even from an anime. It's just anime style. It's from a Vocaloid song, so I guess that's close enough. Uh, and I don't know. It's just I guess some people like it. In my case, like my YouTube profile picture as well. It's anime style, but it's just a drawing from my friend
Which
who
is very
draws anime style.
yeah.
It's just like it just seems to be a common art style around this side of the community,
Hmm.
and people just like
Yeah.
I don't know, people like representing
I
themselves with
don't
like and anime characters are generally very like expressive and uniquely designed, so they're usually a cool choice compared to like I
South
don't know,
Park.
like a random cartoon. I don't know, like putting like Peter Griffin as your profile photo or like Dipper or something like that. I don't know. I find that they're definitely the most expressive, so that's why I personally like them. In my case, the one I use on Discord right now, I rarely use a profile photo that isn't like art of myself, but this one I just look at this one, I'm like, dude, this one just I feel this one, so I went with it.
I never was very into anime.
I don't have to be.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to say like I don't like anime because it's such a huge genre. I feel like there really is like an anime for everyone. If you don't like Japanese, you can obviously just watch them dubbed. It's like saying, "Oh, I don't watch YouTube." It's like I don't like YouTube. Like there's literally infinite types of videos on YouTube. You just have to find the kind that you like. If that
Yeah.
makes any sense. My first
Well,
anime experience was Pokemon.
mine was also that too. But I mean, yeah, but they all kind of feel samey to me. It's kind of like RPGs, all RPGs nowadays. You know, like they're all in dungeons in anime. They kind of
The
all.
quirky Earthbound inspired RPG about depression.
I don't know. I just always find myself bored.
Hold on, give me a second. All right, I'm just making my vents a little quieter because it's probably causing some background noise.
So, what were some other things said in the RobTop interview that you did?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Mm,
Most of the stuff I said was just put in the video.
mm.
He did drop by the Geometry Dash programming server a little more recently, and I got to like ask him one or two things there. I asked him like for the new sound effect trigger if you could make the sound louder or quieter depending on how close you are to it. And he said yes. And then I asked if you can actually pan it on the headphone so like it only plays on the left or right side or depending on how close you are. And he said no, you can't, but that would be good. And then in the regular Discord, he explained to me how the event link trigger works,
Hmm.
but no more VCs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not probably gonna be on anymore.
I'm terrified of what he thinks of me because I have no idea if he likes me or hates me because all I do is just criticize his game. No, I love his work, but I just want to see how far he can go. I know he can do better, and above everything, I really love like his art. Like I don't think enough people are actually appreciating
Art.
the art, the art in the just the art in the game, especially in 2.2. Like all the new textures look beautiful, and even the existing ones in game right now, they were pretty much all drawn by him, and they look so cool.
What's your favorite?
Favorite texture in the game?
I guess, sure.
Let me pull up a list of textures. I need to
Of
think
course, you
this
have
one
a list
through.
of textures. Why else wouldn't you have a list of
I,
textures?
I have everything. I've extracted everything from the game. Uh, this is gonna take forever.
I guess in the meantime,
How about my favorite texture is the rate demon button that only moderators get. You know how moderators have like a send
yeah,
button? They
yeah.
also have a rate demon difficulty button where it's the demon face, but it's colored like spooky. So you have like a black demon that only they get.
That's the Vault Keeper.
Oh yeah, yeah. They have like that's exclusive to moderators. They have like a spooky demon button.
How is
I
it
think that's
being?
sick.
How is it being mod? Do you just have random people messaging you to like rate their
I'm
deck?
not a moderator for the game. I do not want
Oh,
to be a moderator for the
oh, I
game.
forgot. I thought
Being
you were. Oh,
being
I don't
mod
know for
isn't a
some reason.
status symbol. Here's the thing. People think mod is a status symbol. It's not. Moderator just means you're doing volunteer work for the game. You are for free, looking through levels, sending the ones that you think are good to RobTop, and that's about it. It's
Yeah.
volunteer work. I don't feel like I play in the game enough to have that position, so I don't want to be a moderator.
Do elder
It's
mods
not
like get to
status.
rate levels?
Elder mods can comment ban people, and they can verify artists on Newgrounds, and I think like one or two things, but that's about it.
Hmm.
They might have more permissions in the future, though.
Yeah, because I think like especially like Viperin, like he should be able to rate levels. He
Yeah,
would probably.
Viperin's like to me, he's basically like a second developer for the game. Like he's part of
Yeah.
RobTop to me. He's the community manager. That's what I always say. PR guy.
If you just have like a complaint, you just have a complaint. You call Viperin. Viperin will always be there. You know, help the situation out.
You
Like
can get in touch with him.
human
It's actually not
resources.
too hard to get in touch with him.
Human resources.
Yeah, he's like in charge of. He's like the head of the community. While RobTop just does the coding.
So what was the hardest part of GD browser?
Again, it's been ages since I made GD Browser, and I have plans to learn React and rewrite the entire thing because the code for GD Browser is horrible. It seriously needs to be redone. It's an absolute mess, and I don't want to go anywhere near it. I think the hardest part might be the icon kit, even though I consider it to be its own separate website, because it took a lot of trial and error to figure out how to get it working correctly. And it turns out that like I was trying to figure out how you construct spiders and robots for the longest time. And it turns out that there's literally instructions in the game files. It's like robot description.plist that explains the exact coordinates that you place each piece of the spider and the robot, including the instructions for how to animate them. So that's why you can animate them on the site now. Previously, I just trial and errored it, but now it's actually right now the icon kit is literally one to one with the actual one in game. Like it's as close as possible. You cannot get any closer to how it is right now. It's so good as well. You can drag in 2.2 icons. The only thing is that the UI is outdated because I wrote it a long time ago. There's still some cropping issues with spiders and robots, but that's an issue with the
Yeah.
rendering library.
Well, at
But
least yeah.
yeah, that was probably the hardest part. Either that or like private servers.
Yeah, at least you're
Actually,
cutting skill. Oh, sorry.
no, the only problem with private servers, it's annoying to maintain. Like I have to keep updating the list and stuff. but I think Icon Kit I spent the most time on.
Um, yeah, well, my coding knowledge is annoying people on the Python server to help me with my garbage code for
Oh
my
God,
AI.
stay away from coding Discord servers. They're a nightmare.
Well, yeah, but
The, pro-
I
the
don't want to look for 3 hours on Stack Overflow for
learn
a
to,
chance
but yeah,
for it to work.
the problem with coding communities, I don't spend much time in like programming communities because everyone's kind of like a jerk to each other. They always act like they're the smartest. And whenever someone asks for help, they always assume they're like an idiot that just started Python. Like, oh, why don't you just read the documentation? Oh, you're such an idiot. Blah, blah, blah. The programmers are like the least supportive people I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can agree. I have
Except Scratch. Scratch community is so nice.
it's freaking Griff Patch. It's freaking amazing. He's so cool.
Rich is very easy to reach. I've never talked to him, but I've seen how easy it is to get in contact with him. Maybe I'll say hi now and then.
Eh.
Like I follow his videos on YouTube. I think Scratch is a very good start for coding because it teaches you
Oh
the
my,
mindset,
yeah.
which again I think that's the most important part. I've hopped on it once or twice. Actually, it's just level editors in general. Like a lot of I was making like games in the Geometry Dash editor before I even knew how to like actually write code, or like the VVVVVV level editor was a big one. And yeah, I feel like I've just had that programming mindset from a very young age without even realizing it.
Mhm. So, will you ever negotiate with RobTop about adding level downloading back and all that other stuff that he removed?
I think it's justified to turn it off. It's a little disappointing,
Well,
but
why
again,
did
Mike,
he?
the problem is GD browser is being done entirely from my server. So whenever you download a level, it's being downloaded to my server and then forwarded over to you, which is terrible. My plan is to get GD browser to run entirely on the client side because that's how I code everything now. For example, you know that GD font generator,
GD font generator?
like the one where you can generate the logos.
No.
Really? Yeah, like every YouTuber uses it. It's like a website that just generates geometry dash logos for you. Previously, how it worked was it would generate the logo on my own server and then send you the image.
I just
Now it actually,
oh I actually I just paid somebody on Fiverr for that for my
dude,
GD profile picture.
no, not profile pictures. I'm talking about this website.
Oh.
Yeah, previously how it worked was it generates on my servers, then sends it over to you. Now it just generates it completely on your own computer using your own resources. And the only thing on my server is like an HTML file and a couple of images that are shown on the website. So
Mhm.
everything is done on your computer now. That's what I want to do with GD browser as well. So when you download a level, it's downloaded onto your computer, not mine. It saves so many resources for me, and it's easier for RobTop because if someone spams the website, they can see the IP address of the person who did it because it's coming directly from them. The only problem is a thing called cores, which basically means you're not allowed to send requests to other sites when you're on a website unless they whitelist you. So for example, if you're on like youtube.com,
Mhm.
it might you're not allowed to like you're not allowed to like download stuff from another website, say like I don't know, like twitter.com, because it's a huge security risk. For example, if you let someone if the website turns malicious, for example, and they can just send your data to any website on the internet, that's a huge issue. So there's a thing called cores, which basically means when you're on YouTube, you can only get stuff that's on YouTube. You can't like grab stuff from any website without external tools or unless they whitelist you. So my plan is to get RobTop to whitelist the site. It's very wishful thinking, but I do think it will happen if I do a good enough job with the website.
Ah, all right. So the so yeah. So why did um I hope you didn't just answer this cuz if you did, I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out some stuff. Um so why did RobTop uh rem- remove level downloading and all that?
Well, for one, it's just more stress on his servers. Uh, the site downloads way more levels than it needs to because it doesn't save them. When you download a Geometry Dash level, it's permanently stored in your save file till you
Hmm.
delete it. Whereas on this website, it's downloaded every time you refresh the page, provided you
Oh,
click the
so
download button,
everything
which
is
is
through his servers.
it's through his servers, but then it gets forwarded to my server, so it uses data for me as well, which is annoying, a ton of bandwidth, which is why I want to fix things. And also because there would be people who just use the website to spam the servers, and it looks like it's coming from my own IP address. So it's impossible to see who's actually causing the traffic. So I think it's perfectly justified what he did.
All
He's
right.
actually made some other changes to the site as well. Like normally there's a thing where the game shows you how much time you've spent in the editor, but
That
like
was
on any
removed.
level. It was only removed on GD browser. It still exists in Geometry Dash, but if a level was downloaded through GD browser's IP, it never sends it. RobTop has literally hard coded certain things for GD browser.
Oh wow. How did you hear about that? Did he like tell you?
It was after like a day it was released because everyone was using it to see how long people spent on their levels, and like I think people were like bullying each other, like, "Oh my God, you only spent like 10 hours working on this level. That's so lazy." I mean, there's mods so you can just see it in game now, like better info. So you can just download a level and view it. The reason that counter exists is for the magic tab, but that basically was completely reworked anyways. Now it's just the sent levels list.
Mm. Um. All right. So, why does Woolsey love GD Cologne so much?
I
This is
don't
from
know. It
a
was just
viewer, not me.
I
Trust.
don't I really don't know how that meme took off. I just thought it'd be funny for the GD Shorts video if I was like, hey, what if I got a clip of Woolsey saying this as like a parody of Underlime Slopper or whatever? So he did it, and I just put it in the video, and the next thing I know, people are spamming it everywhere. And then I just rolled with it. I know that if
I'm gonna guarantee you at least 50% of the comments are just gonna be a chain of I love GD Cologne.
well, they will be now. It's fun though, because I love community inside jokes. That's like the best thing you could ask for as a YouTuber. Everyone loves a good inside joke, and I know now that if I ever need to like kill the meme in some emergency, I can just make merch of it. As soon as I make like an I love GD clone shirt, the joke dies instantly. So
it's
that's like my
it's
panic
like
button.
it's like with verify low death crazy.
It's like my kill
Carl,
switch.
just make merch of it.
The only merch I want is a plushie. That's it.
That'd be cute. So what are you excited about for 2.2? Personally for me, I'm a bit worried about 2.2 because like the top 5 are going to be impossible with the TPS cap that he's putting on. Um
Eh, we'll work around it. That's like the
s-
least of the problems. It's going to be a very, very experimental era because we're getting 6 years of features at once, which I think is a terrible idea. But
yeah.
I, I, I definitely have some predictions. Like I think I don't expect many people to actually use like the feature where you can like go backwards or sideways because it's such hell to sync it up. So I think people are going to use it a lot at the start and then just like save it for platformer mode, and that's about it. I really hope there's not that many
People are
platformer
going to
levels
yeah, what?
because if you go in the 2.2 GDPS, pretty much all the levels are platformer now, which is so annoying because I still want to play like normal levels. Uh,
Yeah. That's what
most
I'm worried
excited,
about.
probably I think for most excited, probably the new triggers because it basically makes the game a game engine and camera controls. Camera controls are going to be huge. They're going to add so much life to levels. I'm not worried about them in the slightest. I've seen how other games other pretty much every other level editor I've used has some sort of camera controls or like visual effects and stuff. I've seen the ways people use camera controls, and I'm so excited for Geometry Dash to get that
People are
because
going to abuse it.
every game has always used them masterfully. You have to be a little more careful with Geometry Dash because you need a lot more focus. But I think give it some time. Camera controls are going to be like very masterfully used.
Mm. Yeah. Well, like how do you suggest they should all come out so like should it be like platformer mode, camera controls, all that stuff, and then like wait a two like wait 1 or 2 months or weeks or something like that, and then release the others, and then like slowly trickle them out? Or...
I think the best example is if you look at the game, like if you look at the games like Rhythm Doctor or Dance of Fire and Ice, both by 7 Beat, I really like what they do, where basically they'll just like work on a feature, just a single feature, and then as soon as that feature is ready, they'll publish it to like a beta branch of the game where people can immediately open up the editor and start messing around with it. And then they just kind of they work on features one by one, and as soon as the feature is finished, they publish an update to the game, usually on like an alpha or beta thing first for testing, and then when it seems to be good, they'll just release it. So it's just like constant updates. Whenever something is done, like Rob, it would work like if we start from Sub-Zero, RobTop does camera triggers. Okay, they're finished, push that update. And then like a few weeks later, maybe he's done like going backwards. Okay, it works good enough. The problem is he leaves everything unfinished. So he can't do that. He needs to learn to just work on 1 or 2 things, release it. The best advice I can give for RobTop is that not every new update needs a new level and a new game mode. They can just be small editor updates. In fact, people want that. It's a little harder for him because like it might take like 2 or 3 days to release an update on all platforms. So you have to be careful with that. But RobTop waits way too long for updates. Like for the first 8 months or so of 2.1, you couldn't use UHD textures because he was waiting till 2.11, which was just a bug fix update. So it took 8 months to get bug fixes when he could have just rolled them out immediately over like multiple updates. He tries to make his updates too big.
I like how you just said that you don't want to criticize RobTop too much in the like
He
earlier.
makes his updates too big. He you can just release small patches. That's my advice.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is that every time you release an update, it breaks all the mods because RobTop doesn't have like proper modding support for the game, or like he doesn't reveal any useful modding info. So if he did release frequent updates, then modding would be a nightmare. The only reason GD mods have gone so good is because the game has remained unchanged for 6 years.
So Absolute and all that, they're just gonna like cry when when 2.2
Uh,
comes out.
there was some talk about it in the GD programming Discord. RobTop might start providing them some resources to make hacking way easier. Well, not hacking,
Mm-hmm.
modding. Hacking implies like malicious.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, that's nice. RobTop might be willing to lend them a hand because
Yeah.
people are gonna go into like withdrawal if they don't have Mega Hack in 2.2
Because
and
I
need the
use
no transition hack.
yeah I use Mega Hack. And I use Mega Hack, and it's I use it for like 300 for like 360 TPS. So what I'm worried about is that the cap is gonna come, and my skill is just gonna get reverted back to like medium demon.
Does it make that much of a difference?
Well, I've been using 360 TPS since medium demon, or not medium demon, since Forest Temple, which is my hardest hard demon. Um, and I don't, and my skill's gonna get heavily crapped on because I've tried using 120 hertz on like supersonic, and I haven't even gotten past like the first 20%.
Yeah, I'm not good enough at the game to notice like a major difference with like FPS and TPS bypass. The only thing I see is that I play them and then VSync breaks and the game just always looks like the screen is ripping in half and it looks
Yes, it's
terrible. So I just
awful.
stick VSync back on. I'm a VSync player, but
Yeah,
my phone is 120 hertz, so I do notice like the game is definitely smoother. Like the ship feels better to control. The
yeah.
wave trail, the trails are more jittery. I don't think I'm good enough to notice that much of a difference, but I'm sure if I got used to it, I would.
Um. So, what is your favorite? Going back on difficulty. What is your favorite demon that you've beaten?
Probably white space.
White space. What's that rated?
Easy demon.
Is
The,
that?
the the only the only non-easy demon I've beaten is Master Game, which I don't even know why that's a medium demon. It's not even a G level.
I
Wait,
just.
are you
I
are
think
you are
it's
you
just.
telling me you don't know what white space is?
Well, I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
Play it.
Right now.
Maybe not right now, but it's like it's probably one of the best levels in like the history of the game ever. It's a
Hmm.
masterpiece. It's a work
Wasn't
of
isn't
art.
it about like some kind of like car crash?
I don't focus too much on the lore. I just think it's pretty.
Hmm. I think I'm
I
thinking
think
of
you're
another
right.
level.
No, there is a car crash at the end.
Hmm. All right. So, what's your favorite candy or snack?
I don't think I have a definitive one. It changes a lot. If I eat too much of something, I'll stop liking it. During university though, I would go out to like the dollar store a lot and just buy snacks. And I think the most common snack I would buy is M&Ms. So I guess that's my most favorite snack based on the one I would buy the most often. Or Smarties, the Canadian Smarties, which are chocolate.
Oh, chocolate. Chocolate Smarties.
No,
Those
no,
sound
no,
so good.
no. The Smarties you're thinking of are completely different. Those are called Rockets here. Canadian Smarties are like they're kind of like M&Ms, but like slightly milkier.
Hmm. Why are they called rockets?
Okay. Basically, imagine here the best description I can give for Canadian Smarties is do you know what Reese's? Do you know what like the little Reese's pieces look like?
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine Reese's pieces except they taste like M&Ms.
Those are basically just M&Ms.
Yeah, but they're thinner and wider.
Okay. Well, why is Smarties called rockets?
I don't know.
Probably some
I don't make
copyright.
the rules.
Probably some copyright thing. It's like how British people call fillets.
I remember I was at one place where they actually were selling like American Smarties. Like I see they're like, oh look, they have rockets here, and then I look on the label and they say Smarties, and I'm like, there's like some like rift going on here. I don't like this.
Rift in time.
Yeah, there's like a
It's
tear in
not right.
reality.
It's not right.
That was my reaction. I swear to
It's
God.
not right. Why aren't these called rockets?
And I was with a bunch of American friends during that.
Do you play
Because I
blue?
was like,
Oh,
no, here's the thing. I was with a bunch of
sorry.
American friends. I wanted to grab them, like, look here, you can see in Canada, we call them rockets. And then I point to the label and it says Smarties. And I'm like, no, this can't be happening. And then I just exploded,
No, 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 no.
literally exploded into a million flames and was never heard of again.
Do you play Bloons Tower Defense?
I do
What's your
a
favorite
lot
game?
lately.
What's your
My
favorite?
favorite
What's your favorite Bloons Tower Defense game?
6, probably. Better than 5, and I don't play battles.
I don't play Bloons
So,
Tower Defense, so I don't know anything.
wait, someone else asked that?
Yeah. Some I asked different people on
Yeah, I've been really into
the GT6.
BTD6 lately. I stopped playing it for like 2 or 3 years. And then when they added the Beast Handler Tower, I got back into it.
Mhm.
And now I have to figure out all the new stuff like bosses and paragons. I'm still confused by them, but like I'm slowly learning the meta. You just use Bloon Solver for everything.
Do you like Limbo?
The level?
Yeah.
I I'm not good enough at all for it, but I really really admire the level. I think it's
Yeah.
like a masterpiece. I
A
know it's like, oh, it's a
masterpiece.
memory level. It's impossible to read, but like that's
That's
the point of
all
the level.
1.9 levels and everybody loves them.
No, that's the reason you go into the level because you know it's a memory level. It's like you play a hard video game because you know it's hard. You play Limbo because you know you're getting into a memory level. I think it's a beautiful level. The design is incredible
Yeah, it's really
and it's
friggin'
just
cool.
so well put together, everything about
Did you
it.
hear did you hear the lore about Limbo?
I don't really follow that too
There's
much.
Limbo. Yeah, there's Limbo lore. It's like I think it's like a critique on capitalism or something.
I don't really follow that stuff.
So why does
But
being YouTube?
I
Oh,
admire it, but I
sorry,
don't
I
follow it.
apologize.
No, no, not at all. I'm the one who interrupts.
Why does being a YouTuber appeal to you?
It doesn't. I basically just consider myself a normal person, but I make videos sometimes.
Okay.
I don't see myself as that much of a YouTuber. Sometimes I might get like a little cocky on Twitter, like, oh, I have so many followers. Why am I not getting many likes on this post? You guys are supposed to like admire everything I say, but like it's pretty rare. I, I mostly just live a normal life. But the reason I enjoy making YouTube videos is because I can just share all my stupid ideas with the world. Like, who else would? I can just talk about the Sub-Zero coins and 2 million people will listen. Like, what? How?
So when do you think RobTop will actually finish the parental controls?
It's done for 2.2. It's already
Hmm.
it's already in like GD World and everything.
what even are parental controls?
They're just settings that parents can add to
Well, I mean, yeah,
stop kids from doing dumb stuff.
I know what
I
parental
mean,
controls
in the
are,
case of
but how are they
Geometry
in Geometry
Dash,
Dash?
In the case of Geometry Dash, there's no password or anything, so a kid can just go into the settings and change it. It's just built on the assumption that the kids won't find the parental controls button. But I think there's three options. One of them makes it so you can only play featured levels, so I think it just disables the search bar, or or no, I think it just permanently makes it so you have the star filter on, something like that.
Why would you even
Uh,
have parental controls for Geometry Dash?
or I don't know. Or no, I think it just hides the search. No, 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 wait, yeah, I think that's what it does. They only allow featured levels. I could be wrong, but I believe that's the one where it's supposed to hide the search bar. The sorry, no, the
Hmm.
search button, but it hides the map packs button instead, which is hilarious because it removes map packs. But the problem is that if you visit someone's profile, it also removes the ability to view their levels. So it's not like a viable thing to keep on. And then there's another option. I forget what it was, but it just crashes the game if you select it. Because it, I remember, I think I brought this up in my GD Facts video. Here,
Hmm.
wait, let me pull up the parental controls right now. There's
It just seems so weird. Like Geometry Dash is a very tame game. Like, why would you need parental controls on Geometry Dash?
okay, yeah. The
Like little Timmy isn't
I
gonna
don't
be over
know.
here saying racial slurs in a
I don't know.
Geometry Dash.
Have you seen the recent tab? The recent tab's crazy. But yeah, the three parental controls are there's disable account comments, which makes it so you can't see people's profile posts. There's only allow featured levels, which actually removes the map packs button. And then there's disable comments, which makes it so you can't view the comments on a level. But the thing about that control is that in the code, it basically says like if this setting is enabled, remove the comments button, and then a couple lines later is the code that actually creates the comments button. So because it's okay, you do you use Python?
I haven't used it since late February, early
Do you
March.
know anything? Okay, do you know like very basic coding
Very
101?
basic, yes. I
Okay,
coded an AI bot.
what happens if you use a variable before it's actually defined? Like let's say you have a code that's like
The variable then it doesn't understand. Then Python doesn't understand what the heck is going on. It'll just
yeah,
like
like
give you an
let's say
error.
your code is the code for parental controls for geometry for the comments is basically delete comment button and then a few lines later it actually defines the comment button. So because of that, you click on the comments and the game immediately crashes
Yeah,
because the comments have not been created yet. It's trying to delete it before it exists. Just so funny to me because you could tell the parental controls were literally added
it's
last
like if you
minute. Two of
it's
them don't work and it's completely untested.
it's like if you give a kid a toothbrush and tell them to brush their teeth and like leave them for like 20 minutes and they're just sitting on the floor and then you finally tell them how to brush their teeth and then they just get like erased from existence.
What?
It's basically parental control.
Sure, sure.
Little Timmy just got erased from existence.
Go Timmy.
So, what are your opinions on the selections for the Gauntlet levels? Do you think most of them are a good fit for the Gauntlet?
The competition levels are amazing. The rest of the levels are pretty mediocre. And Generation Retro sucks. I hate it.
Freaking that
What,
one Incendium level, just awful. It's the
what
only
do
reason.
people are you talking about? What's that one called? It's in the
Scarlet
Chaos
Swords.
Gauntlet. What do
So
people have against Scarlet Surge? I
it's
played through the
so
level.
annoying to play.
I
It's so annoying.
I played through it. It's a fine level. I know. I
It's
couldn't
just
find
okay.
anything wrong with it.
It's because
It's
there's
just
like so
mob.
many flashing lights. There's a 60 hertz bug in the level. Uh, I don't want to. I'm sorry. I don't enjoy playing memory 1.9 levels because they're so annoying and they're extremely unsight readable.
It's. I feel like I need to make a video just like in defense of Scarlet Surge because it's not.
You have no room to talk. Your hardest is freaking a medium demon.
It's basically an easy demon. No, not basically. Yes, an easy. I'll have to give that level another look because it seems fine. I don't see what people have
It's
against it.
not fun. I'm sorry. Listen, okay. Like I'm practicing Cataclysm right now, and like
Man, that was like the hardest level back in the day.
oh yeah, it's annoying. I've like put 20k attempts into it, but anyways, like at least with that memory part, it's actually kind of fun to learn. And Scarlet Search is just so annoying. Maybe it's just
Yeah,
because I hate
Cataclysm
doing.
has some like somewhat annoying gameplay.
Yeah.
All the non-flying parts are pretty annoying. I played through it in practice.
Um. All right. So what's your favorite weekly demon?
I don't really play the weeklies.
Hmm.
I should. There's a small period where I played them,
What's
but
the
yeah, no preferences there.
sorry? What's the best made minigame?
Best mini game?
Yeah, in GD.
That's hard. Again, I haven't really played many mini game levels, but I've seen some really impressive ones.
All right.
And I don't really think I have an answer to that one either, honestly.
What is the worst Geometry Dash difficulty?
Probably
Insane for me.
I really don't like insane level. Either insane or easy. I think easy levels are horrible. The entire level's played for you now, and it's sad that we can't just have like I just want a level that feels like
Yeah.
Stereo Madness. And it's impossible to get that because like every level, there was an easy level that was completely auto. I kid you not. You do not have to press a single button to beat it because every jump, if you miss a jump, it just corrects you with a jump pad or a slope. I don't want that. I just want a level that's like Sonar or well, not even Reach, like Sonar or Stereo Madness difficulty.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's
But
more for
nobody does that anymore.
yeah. We
And when
gotta
people
yeah,
do
yeah you
get
gotta be
that, it's
treated
rated
like a
normal.
you gotta be treated like a 3-year-old.
Yeah, it's sad. The whole thing got butchered. Insane levels are just like I don't know. They don't flow well generally. All the good ones are saved for demon.
Um. So why did you steer away from heavily edited videos with your icon into other projects like coding and GD Browser and stuff like that? Well, I don't want to say
I don't
heavily
know.
edited with your icon, but why did you switch from your icon and like collabing with like Juniper to
The
yeah.
channel evolves as I evolve. It's just me growing up. My channel's just a place for me to post about what I'm interested in, and that obviously changes as I grow.
Hmm. Yeah, because I remember subscribing when you were still like have you had your icon thing.
Yeah, that
It was the GD copies. That was the first video I saw of you.
yeah, that era feels a little too like I don't want to say cringe, but it's like it's not the kind of stuff I do anymore.
Um. So, what is your opinion on harder levels nowadays?
Like the harder difficulty.
I mean, if you want to go that way, sure. But I was just talking about like demon levels and like hard, like top
I don't know.
150.
People are getting better at the game. People make harder levels. I think it's respectable. I'm not too into playing hard levels. I don't have the patience to play really difficult levels. I like just playing more like I stick to the more casual side of the game because I just like to see the stuff that the community's coming up with. If I want to see a hard level, I'll just watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, and I understand that. Personally, for me, I just do what I can. I just like to
Yeah,
test my limits.
Yeah, people are getting better at the game. They're making harder levels. I think it's going great. Like, look at Limbo. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm. So, why did you decide to appeal your content into a younger audience? I don't know if that's the correct word, but I remember like, I mean, a lot of people like my cousin watches your videos. Well, he's like
Uh,
two.
I would definitely say that my like if you look at the comments and everything, it's very clear that my target audience is like middle school ish, I would say. But I don't really pander my content too much to like a specific age group. What I'll do is I'll have a very specific idea of what I'd want to talk about for a video, and then I basically just present that in a way that's appropriate for like any age. Like I won't focus on a specific age group in particular. I'll just talk in a way that would be interesting to anyone regardless of age, but I'll just like cut down on swear words and stuff. So or like use easier words for like younger audiences.
Yeah, because I remember
I,
that.
I'm
I remember that anxiety of me in like the car, and I'd be watching a video, and I'd be like, "Please don't say any bad words. Please don't say any bad words. Please, I don't want to get grounded. Please."
if I really wanted to appeal to like younger kids, they'd be like, "Oh my god, guys, what's up? Welcome
What
back
is up,
to
everybody?
another
We'll go back
join
to
my."
another video.
Yeah, I
Today,
just
we are going to be playing Fortnite. So, download
God
this
no.
below, download this virus below, and let's get started with the video.
Roblox piggy. But yeah, I
And
just
then,
again,
and
I
then it's
just
just a
make the
really,
videos.
and then it's just like the really bad 2015 intro that everybody uses.
No. Yeah, I just make the videos that I want to watch. And I've sort of just gotten better at knowing how to make it work with any age group. Like again, I'll try my best to avoid
Mm-hmm.
using words that are like too big, or I'll try to over explain what certain things mean, or I'll just swearing. I've learned that I've just kind of cut down on swearing since I think it rarely adds anything to what I'm trying to say. But I kind of have a secret trap card, which you may have seen this in my video where I explain
Mm-hmm.
GD mechanics. But I do swear at one point in that video, I'm like, oh, this one part of Deadlocked can go F itself. And that is probably my favorite use of a swear word I've had on my entire YouTube channel because I've learned that the less you swear in a video, or just the less you swear in general, the more impact it has when you do swear. Like
What video is that?
if you have a person who swears in every sentence, then
Mm-hmm.
hearing them say the F word means literally nothing. But if
Yeah.
you have a teacher, let's say you're
Oh
in
my
class
gosh,
and
yes, I
a
remember
teacher
that.
is like, "Oh my god, oh my god, stop interrupting me. Sit the F down." They are very mad. And that F word means that they are really really expressing something that
Dude,
they
I
normally
remember
wouldn't say.
that. I remember that. Somebody did that. I mean, it wasn't their exact words, but the teacher was like, "Sit sit the frick down, shut your mouth, and let's get on
Exactly.
with the lesson." And
Yeah.
everybody just shut up in the class, and we just like said nothing.
Yeah, the
It
less
was
you swear,
so
the more emphasis it has. So if I swore throughout that entire video, then me saying, "Oh, this part of deadlock can f itself" would be nothing. But because I don't swear, it adds so much more. Like you can tell
yeah.
I'm really really mad. And that's exactly what I wanted to portray.
What video was that?
That was the video where I explained GD mechanics.
Mm.
And I bleep it anyways because I've learned from Scott the Waz that it's funnier if you bleep swear words anyways. Like the bleep just makes it funnier.
Okay. Um, um, how did you get the information for your useless facts videos?
Just stuff I've learned over time.
All right. So, what is your opinion on the reviewer Chris Morris on the website Common Sense Media? As a child friend who said, Geometry Dash is a child-friendly video game that parents could let their children play, stating that the game was a good way to handle frustration and that families can also talk about rhythm and joy of dancing in time with the music.
I love that review because Chris did not play the game. That man did not play the game. I see right through him. I love it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just came
I
across that
love
video.
dancing in time with the music.
They just freaking.
I picture like I don't know why, but the first thing that comes to my head is like Greg's mother from Diary of a Wimpy Kid doing that stupid dance. It feels like such a Wimpy Kid thing. I
um.
hope you can like understand that somehow.
Yeah.
What is it?
I I
Sorry, I'm doing an interview right
Is
now.
that your brother?
It's my sister.
Let me say hi to her. Let me say hi to her. Get her in here.
Are you sure?
Get her in here.
Okay. Okay, give me a sec. Give me a sec. I need to entertain real quick.
He wants to say hi to me?
He wants to say hi to you.
He wants to say hi to me? Why do you have the...
Hi.
What?
Hello.
Hi.
Your brother talks a lot.
Oh, I know.
I do
And
too.
that's all, folks.
Oh, man.
Bye bye. Good night.
Julia came in during the interview and wanted to say and
Hey, I'm
said
here for the
hi.
interview.
All right.
Guest star. 2 guest stars, 1 video.
Okay, sorry. I didn't want to cut that short, but I don't want to be here forever, so I apologize. Excuse me. On the topic of your GD Wikipedia video, how was that video to make? Was that enjoyable or?
That was just stream highlights, so I just did it on the live stream
Yeah.
and then I cut it down. It was an old video. I think it's nothing too special about it.
Will you ever design a full game?
I designed a small one last year for my friend's birthday. I'd love to make bigger games, but the hardest part is I need ideas.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
If
you
I
can
had a
always-
good game
you can
idea,
always
I
play
would have
the-
made a banger by now.
You can always play the Chat GPT card if you need to.
Yeah.
So what the heck is up with GMZ Tubular 9? What the heck is up
Tubular
with that?
9.
What is up with
Tubular 9 is my shitpost account. It's I made the channel during my How to Be Successful video,
Yeah.
and then I posted the example video that I made in the video on that channel, with the only difference being that the frame rate.
Processing.
No, yeah, the only difference was that the frame rate in the Tubular 9 version is even lower. And I just kept using it for like really stupid videos. I want to upload more videos on there, but I need like absurdly stupid ideas, and I don't think it's possible to top the Tartarus video. That is probably one of my favorite videos
Do,
I've ever made. I
do
don't know if
one-
you've seen that.
Do
I don't know if
one
you've seen
where,
the
like-
Tartarus video on Tubular 9, but if you know the context, it's
No,
probably like
Mom,
the
I
funniest
don't
video I've
want to
ever
go to
made.
Stacy's funeral.
I don't know why I said Stacy. That was like such a random name. I should have said like Karen. But yeah, if you haven't seen the Tartarus video, watch the Tartarus video.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then go to the comments to learn the context of it.
You need to do one where it was just like where you're like reading like through like you're going through Geometry Dash reviews on Common Sense Media, and then like people keep like interrupting you, or stupid freaking or dumb pop-ups come up. Like
It doesn't seem like something I'd make. I remember I saw a video on Reddit, which I watched it and I was like, damn it, this would have been the perfect video for GMD Tubular 9. And it's this video of this it's this post from a guy who's like, guys, I finally beat Electroman Adventures. Except you watch the video, and as he's playing the level, you see like notifications popping down from the top of the screen from like his drug dealer, and he's like opening up the messaging app. And he's like, hey, yeah, I'll meet you under the bridge at like 4 o'clock. Just give me a second, and he goes back to the level. I wish I did that, but I don't want to steal it. The reason I didn't steal the idea is because I don't think I could do it as well as he did it. So it's not even worth trying.
Perfect. So there was a big Geometry Dash trend going around that was just like people would improve the coins in like different levels, and that was just because of you in your video about how your reviews of coins and stuff. So what is your opinion on that?
Most of them were just memes, which I thought were really, really funny. But I did see some really creative ones. And I think I should have made it more clear in my video. Everything I talked about in my video is strictly because those are main level coins. I'm so much more lenient with custom level coins. In fact, I really, really love when they get like super creative. So I'm a big fan of like overly excessive coins where like you have to do something really crazy to get it. If it's in a custom level, obviously. And more importantly, it shouldn't interfere with the main route. So maybe you have a coin where you have to go through like a crazy VSC wave challenge to get it, but don't put it in a spot where it'll like screw over casual players.
Yeah.
Like you don't want you should let pro players go for the coin, but you don't want to take away from the experience for casual players. Like it shouldn't get in the way of the normal gameplay.
Yeah. Well, like, what would be like a really like a good coin idea?
I like the Stereo Madness third coin. I'd love to see more alternate routes like that.
Oh yeah, I always go for the Stereo Madness third coin because I feel good about it. I feel good about myself. Do you have any more tips on how to make less annoying gameplay?
Best advice I can give is to let someone else test it. Because if you build your own gameplay, you get too used to it yourself. You need to watch someone else play it because they'll stumble into all the things that you didn't.
Yeah, because like talk to that with like the stupid Danilex level in like the come on thing, in the Fire Gauntlet.
No, you need someone else to play because, for example, they'll hit orbs differently. They'll react to certain cues differently. They might think certain decorations are spikes. You just need testers if you want a good level.
Mm-hmm. So, what are some good rating standards that you think they should have?
I don't know. The level should just flow. It should look nice, flow well. I think the standards for decoration are a little too high now. That I feel there's no sense in even trying because I feel like people will just shut me down if I try. But maybe in 2.2, I'll dabble a little bit, especially because there's that new auto build system to help. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think the rating system's mostly fine. I just think easier levels need like a tweak. Like I think if a level is babies you through the whole thing, it shouldn't get featured. And if a level here's the big one. If a level gives out coins for free, the coin shouldn't be verified. Every featured level just immediately gets verified coins, which kind of defeats the purpose of them.
Yeah, because people can just farm coins.
Yeah.
And the big final question that I think everybody has been wanting for
I'm not a furry.
Okay, anyways, thank you guys for watching the video.
Was that the question?
Yes, yeah. Very much.
I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
So like, is it just gonna be like a running gag from now on?
I think it's a funny joke. 9 out of 10 times, people know I'm not a furry, and it's just sort of a teasing thing, which I can get behind. I just hate like the 1% of people who actually think I am a furry, and I just feel bad for furries in general because most of them are pretty nice people, and you just have all these brainwashed kids who are like, "Oh my god, it's a furry! ew, KYS, you're terrible, even though they're just like,
Yeah.
they're just people. Like, just let them live their lives. If you don't like them, just don't interact with them. There definitely are some very weird and questionable furries out there, but I think a lot of them are just like, they just want to live their lives. Let
Yeah.
them be. And that goes for any group of people, really.
All right. How fun was World Machine to make?
Again, that was also a very long time ago, so I don't have the best memory, but I remember having a good time. Most of my old levels I made on like the bus ride to school, and I think
I
War Machine
remember
was no
that. I remember
exception.
playing Electroman Adventures on the bus ride to school. I remember playing Electroman Adventures on the bus ride to school, and everybody thinking I'm like this Geometry Dash god, and I'm
It's
just
so
like, and I
weird
like
that
died at
there's
5. I died at 5%. I was playing Cataclysm at school, and people were like, I could never do that.
it's so weird that like I remember making levels like hyphen or whatever in like the schoolyard in like grade 7 or 8, and now I'm 1 year into university. I went through all of high school and 2.2 still isn't out. Like what?
Wait. So have you ever seen that meme where it was like 16-year-old me waiting for 2.2 and like 23-year-old me waiting for 2.2?
It's true. It's
Hang
true.
on. How old was I? So
Probably
how
like
long ago
still in
did
the
GD
womb.
come out? Wait, no. How long
Uh,
ago did 2.1?
Actually, Geometry Dash is
It's like 9 years
on,
old.
on August 13th. Geometry Dash turns 10 years old.
That's
I think
crazy
that's
to me.
2.2's release date. I think that's when
Yeah,
2.2
it
is
has
coming
to
out.
be. It has to be. There's no way it isn't.
No, you know what bothers me? He missed Tuesday. It could have been on 2/22/2022 Tuesday, and he missed that. 2.2 on 2/22/2022, and he missed it. So I think the 10-year anniversary of Geometry Dash is going to be the definitive release date. I think it's a genuine date that RobTop's going to want to work towards. For example, that game I made last year, Treacherous Trials, the only
Hmm.
reason it came out so good is because I forced myself to make it in a week. It was for a friend's birthday. I had a hard deadline for it, and that's the reason I went all out. So I think RobTop's going to see that deadline, and he's going to go, okay, that's the final day. Send it then. We'll fix the bugs later. Just maybe don't wait 8 months to fix the bugs. But
um. Yeah. So I guess that'll be it. Um. This is the longest interview that I've done.
I talk a
Um.
lot. Sorry, we
No,
can
no,
probably
no, no,
cut it
no.
down.
No. It's always completely unedited.
It's fine.
Yeah, always completely unedited. You just upload the file and picture over it. But yeah. Is there any closing remarks you wanna say or?
Uh, I love GD
Anyways,
Cologne,
so
and I'm not a furry. Con
um
con.
yeah, go subscribe to GD Colin's channel. Link in the description. Probably not. I'll forget later. Um,
So I want to hit 500K, and I want to pass Sakurai.
who?
Sakurai, the developer of Smash Bros. He started a YouTube channel and he has a 549K subscribers, and I want to pass that.
If you played Super Smash, would you play Super Smash Bros with them?
I think anyone would want to, but I'm terrible at it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for watching the interview, and happy 1 year anniversary, and cheers to more.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.